A very pleasant good evening and welcome to Hard Money Global's presentation on hard money lending. All right, folks, again, I'd like to welcome you to this call. My name is Lee Anthony, the Hard Money Guy. Let me bring myself up on camera right there. Can you see me now?
Yes.
All right, fantastic, folks. This webinar, this Zoom call about hard money is how to grow and scale your real estate business utilizing hard money lending. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Mark Maupin for inviting me to come before you this evening to share our experience and how you can utilize hard money lending in your investment strategy. I'd also like to thank the co-host, Eddie Williams, for extending me this invitation, inviting me here, making this all possible this evening tonight. I'd also like to extend a special thank you to you for taking time out of your busy schedule this evening to join us on this very important call. Now, while many of you in the audience may have a familiarity with hard money or even done a hard money loan, there may be some of you amongst us who have never done a hard money loan and have no concept of what a hard money loan is. Tonight, we are going to show you why hard money is king and why using OPM, other people's money called hard money, is your way to the victory road. This is the way for you to level up your real estate business to dominate in your space. Folks, inflation is putting a chokehold on the US economy and economies around the world, but it's also putting a chokehold on your buying power. Banks, credit unions, and other lending institutions have slowed or completely stopped, cut off their lending, their platforms. Hard money is your competitive edge in good, bad, or in different times. And I'm sure all of you would agree, these are in different times. So you need something in your tool belt that can give you the leverage to succeed in your real estate investment business. Hard money is your leverage. So what is hard money? A hard money loan is a loan from a private or traditional, non-traditional lenders. The asset being purchased is to be used as collateral for the loan, reducing the risk for both the borrower and the lending partner. A hard money loan is the way for you, the borrower, to borrow money for real estate without using traditional mortgage lenders. Instead, the funds come from individuals or investors who lend money primarily based on the property. Now, hard money lenders aren't concerned with the same things that FHA, conventional, and other lending institutions are. They're only concerned with the value of the collateral, the asset, the property. That's what asset-based lending is all about. They are less concerned with your credit report, your debt to income ratio, your credit usage, your credit profile, your taxes. They don't need any of that to qualify you for this loan because it is solely based on the asset. Now, who is Hard Money Global? Who are we? We are a small African-American company based in Detroit that offers full service funding solutions for our borrowers. Now, we offer residential, commercial, business, as well as personal unsecured loans. Now, we began on this mission, on this journey in 2008. Our mission was, following the meltdown of the mortgage industry, our mission was to help Metro Detroiters who were being locked out of mainstream funding due to bad credit, negative credit profiles, DTIs, a number of things that you cannot get through the FHA matrix. These folks could not afford the American dream of home ownership. We wanted to step in and provide a pathway for them to be able to afford the American dream of home ownership. We've stuck to that mission since 2008, and we've created success story after success story after success story of people we have helped achieve the goal of achieving home ownership. We can do the same thing for you. Now, we are nationally recognized, but here in Michigan, we are an A+ accredited business with the Better Business Bureau. If you log on to the Better Business Bureau site, you will see the Hard Money Global site connected with the Better Business Bureau. Now, what makes us different? What makes Hard Money Global different, folks? This is what makes Hard Money Global different. We care. We started with the mission to uplift people in Detroit. We care about whether you succeed. We want to see you succeed, and we will do any and everything possible to ensure that you do succeed in this real estate game. Folks, we are the gateway to financial funding your project. Now, we have an expansive lending base consisting of over 350 lending partners, which means we have multiple lending sources in which to place your loan. Now, instead of just going to one lender and being able to get one lender, we're able to take your loan request and spread it out and give you 3 to 4 lending options, so you can then make a very informed, intelligent decision about who your lending partner is going to be. We are a very transparent company that offers you conference calls with our lending partners. We also can offer you not only multiple loans at one time, we can close multiple loans for you at one time. Now, as I said, we've been doing this since 2008. We're locally based in Detroit. We know the landscape. We know the marketplace, the neighborhoods, the cross streets. We are very familiarized with Wayne County, Oakland County, Macomb County. We covered it all. Now, we also offer creative and customized lending solutions. Now, one of the key things that really makes us unique is we don't require a minimum credit score. We do not require experience as a first-time investor. Most of today's lenders require at least a 650 credit or above credit score to qualify for their loan products. Folks, we can go as low. Shorty, how low can you go? 400. We can go as low as 400 and still get you approved. Nobody else can do that. We can do this. Easy approval process, no need to provide tax returns, financials, or business plans. We offer something else that is unique to this marketplace that no one else offers. We have a first-time investors program. We take the first-time investor hand in hand from the pre-approval to the purchase contract, to collecting all of the documents, walking them through the process of getting comparables, getting contractors. We take them hand in hand from A, B, C to W, X, Y, Z in the process. No one else does that. You cannot go to a traditional lender and get the kind of customized service that we offer. A lot of times in this marketplace, first-time investors are being locked out of the market, this billion-dollar industry. Why? Because of 3 things: knowledge, experience, and a final HUD-1 statement. If you call a lender up and you don't have 2 to 3 of those things, you get denied. That leaves a lot of lenders dismayed, a lot of borrowers dismayed because they think that they cannot get in to this billion-dollar industry because they don't have the knowledge, the experience, and the final HUD-1 statement. The final HUD-1 statement certifies and verifies that you've done a loan, be it a fix and flip or a rental loan. Folks, Hard Money Global solves that problem. We go in and get you the funding you need from the same lenders that told you no. Now, a lot of first-time investors, they get the door slammed in their face because they don't have the knowledge, experience, or the HUD-1 statement. Another reason, and I'm quite sure some of you on this call have experienced this, you've called up a lender and said, hey, I got a loan in Detroit, and they say, I don't lend in Detroit. How many times have folks on this call heard that? Someone say, we don't lend in Detroit. Folks, when we first started in 2008, many people across the country told us no, they would never lend to us and our people in Detroit. We turned no around and went from one lending partner to over 350. We like when people tell us no. So when people out there tell our first-time investors no, Hard Money Global welcomes them with open arms because we're going to turn that no around and make it on and popping. Now, the next thing that makes us unique is we don't charge any upfront fees. You go on these Facebook, Instagrams, LinkedIn, you hear all of these cats charging like, hey, you got to send us some upfront fees. We don't charge upfront fees. No, zilch, not a fee. No upfront fees. The only out-of-pocket cost you will incur is the cost of the appraisal. The next up, which makes us hot, is gap funding. With gap funding, we're able to give our clients 100% financing. We'll go into that later on in this broadcast, but we're able to give our clients 100% financing. Another key thing that other lenders can't offer you, we're able to, with certain lenders, select our own appraisers. How many times have you been told that you can't accept the appraisal? The lender has to determine the appraisal, then find someone in that geographic location to take a bid to get you an appraisal. We don't have to do that. We can hire our own appraisals to go out, inspect, and appraise your property. No one else can do that. Hard Money can. Hard Money Global can. Let's pull back the curtain, folks, and show you the residential loan products we'll be covering and featuring tonight. This is asset-based lending for non-owner occupied properties. Here's a breakdown of the loans we'll be covering tonight. The fix and flip loan, the bridge loan, the fix to rent, the Berber loan, buy and hold, new construction, and the unsecured loan. Folks, with any of the products that I just mentioned that we're about to cover, here's what I really want you to remember. To get a hard money loan, there are 4 things that are essential that you have to have. Number 1, you must have at least a 20% down payment. Number 2, you must have closing costs. Number 3, you must be able to have at least 3 to 6 months reserves of whatever the mortgage payment is. And the biggie, you must have a solid home under contract that has equity in it. So again, a solid home under contract, 20% down, closing costs, and 3 to 6 months reserves of whatever the mortgage payment is. That's what you need to qualify and get a hard money loan. Now, folks, I'm about to show you the boom of how to get the bag. That's why we came in, want to show you the boom, because these products right here are the boom that can get you the bag. Speaking of the bag, I'm about to show you how to get the paper, the coins, and the bag. Now, if you came to this call tonight wanting to learn how to prosper using hard money to get the bag, throw me some bags in chat right now. Just throw me some money bags in chat. Show me that you came here because you want the bag. Now, if you want the bag, toss some money bags in chat. Who really wants the bag tonight? You can never have, folks, enough bags. Because if we're not talking about getting the bags, we shouldn't be having a conversation at all. These programs that we're about to feature and show you tonight, these are wealth building programs that get you the immediate bag, the deferred bag, and the bag after that. Yeah, here comes the boom. The fix and flip loan. This is boom number one. This is our most popular and sought after program in the industry. This is the big boom because you're able to profit immediately with this. Now, the fix and flip industry is booming, and the profits in this space continue to rise and rise. Our fix and flip program is very easy and very straightforward. Let's get to it. Here's a breakdown of the fix and flip loan. The loan amount starts at $50,000 and goes as high as $4 million. Our lenders will loan you up to 90% of the purchase and 100% of the rehab costs. Now, the term on the loan is 12 months. It can be extended to 15 months if necessary. Now, the interest rate is going to range. This is an interest-only loan, mind you. The interest rate will range from 7.75% up to as high as 15.99%, depending on the lender, the loan amount, and the borrower's credit score. Now, this is stated income loan. By stated income, I mean you're only going to bring to the table 3 months bank statements. You don't have to bring 1 or 2 years taxes, your paycheck stubs, none of that. All you're going to bring to the table is 3 months bank statement and stating your income. Now, there is no prepayment penalty. So if you finish the rehab in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or 5 months, or it takes 12 months, you can get out of this loan at any time. Now, as I said before, this is what makes this one so good to first-time investors. We don't require you have experience. We don't require a minimum credit score. Nobody does that. Nobody. Folks, if you were sitting on the sidelines thinking that you could not do a fix and flip loan because you got bad credit, think again. Hard Money Global has solved the problem. We can do bad credit and get you a fix and flip loan. We can get you approved. The bridge loan. Boom number 2. The bridge loan is our second most sought after loan product. Why? Because this loan right here is the answer for the wholesaler, the person buying at auction, or you just bought it for sale by owner and you used your own money. Never use your own money. Folks, OPM, remember that, OPM. Who's down with OPM? You should be down with OPM, not YOM. Now, what makes us unique in this space with the bridge loan, unlike other companies, we can get you funded immediately. Let me drop the bomb. Bam! No seasoning required on your loan purchase. Most lenders, they require you to have at least own the property for at least 3 to 6 months. There used to be a time that you had to own the property for 12 months. Now, even if you purchase the home at an auction today or own the home 3 years ago, we can still fund your loan request. Now, here's a breakdown of the loan. The loan amount ranges from $75,000 up to $2 million. The interest rate is 9.5%. The lender will give you up to 80% LTV on this bridge loan. The term on the loan is 6 to 24 months. That's a long time on a bridge loan. Most folks don't need 24 months in order to complete a bridge loan. There is no prepayment penalty, meaning you can pay this loan off at any time. Once again, this is a stated income loan, no income documents. There it is again, no credit minimum for the bridge loan. No one else does this, folks, no one. Now, Hard Money Global provides bridge loans offering no monthly payments, no prepayments, and refinancing with payment escrows. Our real estate bridge loans allow you to free up your own capital by leveraging ours. The bridge loan, no minimum credit score, no seasoning. Folks, you can get a bridge loan today. Let's step it up a little bit. Can you say boom, boom, boom? Because this is boom number 3. One of our most popular wealth building products, the fix and flip loan, also known now as the BRRRR loan. Let's get into it. The fix and flip loan offers investors 3 distinct cash flow options. Here's a closer look at the loan. The loan amount on the fixed to rent loan starts at $75,000 and goes up to $2 million. They'll give you on this fix and flip, there are 2 components of this. The first component is the fixed portion. They'll lend you up to 90% loan to value. They'll give you 100% of the rehab costs. The rehab term on this fixed portion is 13 to 18 months. Now the interest rate on the rehab portion on the fix up is 7.75% up to 11.99%. Now, after home has been completed and it is now rent ready, it then transitions automatically into permanent financing. They will charge you 1% of the loan costs and charge you with doing a second appraisal on the permanent financing portion. Now, the term can be either a 30-year fix or a 5/1 ARM, an adjustable rate mortgage. Now, here are the rates accordingly. The 30-year fix is going to give you a start rate of 6.66%. These are current rates, folks. The ARM is going to start somewhere at the 5.45%. Now, word to the wise. I just gave you today's mortgage rates. You go to a lending source and they say their start rate is 7% or 7.1%. And you say, wow, the hard money guy just told me 6.6%. Just like the feds raised the rate by 50 basis points, when they get the rate, they raise it by the basis points so they and their investors can make money. I hope everyone copies that. So the first thing you do is ask that lending source, what is the base rate? And how do you get the base rate? And can I buy the base rate down? Any loan that you do in permanent financing, you should always ask, is that the base rate? And can I buy the rate down? Buying the rate down early is fractional to what you would pay later if you left it at that higher interest rate. Now, there is no prepayment penalty on this loan. Credit score for this loan is 660. Now, let's bring on the second phase of this, the third phase, the BRRRR loan. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with BRRRR means or stands for, here's the wealth formula. The strategy here is to purchase a property below market value, rehab it at minimum to moderate cost, then refinance it, and afterwards, no, let me go back. Rehab it at minimum to moderate cost, rent it out at a super great rate, and then refinance the loan and pull out what you initially put into the home. Then use that money to rinse and repeat the process over and over again. This way, you are actually springboarding or using your initial capital from the first property to property to property to property. Folks, this affords you a positive cash flow, long-term wealth, and being able to monetize the investment to build greater wealth by multiplying the process. Smart, right? What's even smarter is we can help you get started with this loan. As I told you, 660 credit score, they'll give you up to 90% of the purchase and 100% of the rehab. Folks, if you haven't considered this, it's time to consider the fixed to rent, the BRRRR loan. We can get you started today. Our next featured loan product is the buy and hold. Like the last products, this offers an immediate positive cash flow and deferred appreciation in worth. The buy and hold is a must-have for your real estate investment portfolio. Here's why. Because it's about the money. All right. Folks, there's currently a housing shortage. Housing is in high demand, but the inventory of available housing is very weak. That's where you come in. That's where you come in. You know, higher gas and food prices, along with higher home prices and mortgage rates, are forcing many, many Americans to be locked out of home ownership. They can't afford what the down payment or the get-in money to buy a home. What does that mean for you? That means money for you. Here's what it means. There's a premium on rental space across America. Rental rates have skyrocketed with no end in sight. That's what makes rentals one of the greatest hedges against inflation. When interest rates go up, rental rates go up. Now, here's how you can profit in this space. Get yourself a buy and hold. The loan amount is $75,000 up to $2 million. They'll give you up to 85% of the purchase. A lot of you probably heard on this call that you can only get 80% of the purchase money. With us, we can get you up to 85%. The term on this loan is either a 30-year fix or a 5-1 ARM. The ARM rate, again, is 5.45%. The 30-year, 6.66%. But keep in mind, rates are fluctuating up and down. That rate could go up tomorrow. Last week at this time, the 30-year fix was 6.76%. So if you're really a real estate investor and you're really obsessed with getting paid in this game, you have to watch the market rates every day on a daily basis. You need to tap in the win and the mortgage rates. And when you start talking that with people, that's how you win. Now, this is stated income once again, no tax returns, no pay stubs brought to the table. Prepayment penalty, yes. On this loan, this is a 5-year prepayment penalty. The 5-year prepayment penalty goes like this. In the first year, it costs you 5% if you refinance. The second is 4%. The third is 3%. The fourth is 2%. And in the fifth year, it's 1%. In the 6th year on, there is no prepayment penalty. Credit score here is 680. Now, folks, I just dropped the number here. If at any time you want to touch bases with us and put a loan that you have in our hand to make go forward and fund, our number is 877-344-HARD. 877-344-HARD. Now, let's go back to a breakdown of the buy and hold loan. The buy and hold loan offers real estate investors immediate cash flow asset and long-term wealth through appreciation. The buy and hold purchase can be used as a short-term rental, an Airbnb, or it can be used as a VRBO, or it can be used as a long-term rental. Now, with this buy and hold, long-term exit strategies include this: selling the property for profit, refinancing it, pulling cash out for use for other investments, or turning this property into a mortgage note, a property whereby you are then selling the property to maybe a first-time home buyer and become the bank. Instead of you being the landlord on this property and absorbing all of the maintenance, the taxes, the upkeep, the insurance, you then step aside and put that person in the forefront with that. So you create seller financing with your home. Thereby, you absolve yourself of all of the toilets and termites, and you receive a monthly payment. Now, you also receive an upfront down payment on this purchase with a security deposit. Then, lo and behold, forbid they do, if that person goes into foreclosure, you can then rinse and repeat the same process, accept another down payment and put another mortgage note on this property. The buy and hold loan is something that every investor should have in their real estate portfolio. New construction. This is a boom. Now, new construction is not as rapid as fierce with interest rates going up. But don't sleep on new construction, because people will always need housing. They will always need housing. Okay. The new construction or the ground up construction loan is a viable way to increase wealth, especially in light of the increased demand for housing. Here's a breakdown of our new construction loan. The loan amount on the new construction loan is $100,000 up to $4 million. The LTV on the land is up to 90%. Now, the LTV on the build is 100%. Now, let's take a little bit further. Now, if you don't own the land, the lender will give you up to 90% of the purchase and 100% of the construction. If you own the land, the lender will then give you 100% of the bill. The rate on this is 11.5%. The term is 18 to 24 months on the build. Now, Once the build is complete and it's ready to be occupied, the permanent term can be a 30-year or a 5-1 ARM. Prepayment penalty, yes, indeed, a 5-year prepayment penalty. And the credit score required is a 680. This is a 2-in-1 loan, the construction and the permanent financing. Now, this loan right here is a good loan if you find areas that you feel that you want to do construction in. Not one home, but you want to do several homes. That's what lenders want to see, that you've got a big game plan when you do new construction. Or if you do new construction, they want to see where you're putting that home. Now, if you're putting that home smack dab in the ghetto, no. If you're putting that home smack dab in a prosperous, strong area, that's a go. That's a go. Our last loan is the unsecured loan. The unsecured loan is a personal loan. Now, the unsecured loan will give you, starts at $20,000 and goes up to $500,000. This is one of our most dynamic and game-changing loan products. This loan, combined with the previous loan products we discussed, can dramatically change your real estate buying. Let's continue with the breakdown. Now, this loan is based solely on your cash flow and credit. That's what it's based on, your cash flow and your credit profile. You submit this loan request, you can get 24-hour approval on it. The term on the loan is 3, 5 to 7 years, but on average, it is a 5-year loan. The interest rate starts as low as 5%. Credit score to get on board with this loan is 650 and higher, but you have to have 650 across all 3 credit bureaus to qualify for this loan. There is no prepayment penalty on the loan. Now, on this loan, these are the criteria that you have to abide by. You can't have established any new credit within the last 6 months. Got a new credit card, got a increase in the credit line, bought a car, bought a refrigerator. That's a new credit line within the last 6 months. You can't have more than 6 inquiries in the last 6 months. If you're a self-employed worker, 1099, you must have 2 years provable income of at least $50,000 and higher, and an adjusted gross income of at least $27,000. If you're W-2, you must have made at least $27,000 in the last year. That also applies for disabled and retirees. As I just went through, I just gave you the income minimums. Now, with this loan, 24-hour approvals, but funding can happen as fast as 5 days. Now, the great thing about this is we take a soft credit pool. We take that soft credit pool, we show it to our lending partners. Our then lending partners then commence to making multiple loan offers to you at one time. You could end up having 1 round of funding, 2 rounds of funding, or 3 rounds of funding. It all depends on your credit profile. In round 1, you might be seeking $150,000. In round 1, the lender may offer you a loan of $75,000. In order to move to round 2, you must accept $75,000. Once you move to round 2, then other lenders offer you money until you get to your desired $150,000. Now, for the real estate investor, this is gold mine. Why do I say gold mine? Let's go back. That's why I say gold mine. The unsecured loan can act as gap funding. Gap funding for your purchases. Gap funding is the soft costs, the down payment, the closing costs, and the 6-month reserves. The lender gave you 80% of the purchase in one hand. Now you need the 20% down payment, the closing costs, and be able to show 6-month reserves of whatever the mortgage payment is. Bam, you bring in the unsecured loan. It acts as the gap loan, the gap funding, the soft costs, down payment, closing costs, and 6-month reserves. And when you do that, baby, you get 100% financing. That's what it's all about. Not everyone's going to qualify for the unsecured loan, but we have this at your disposal to create a 100% financing scenario. So there is not zilch, zero out of your pocket expense when doing this type of loan. Folks, as I stated earlier, this unsecured loan, it's a game changer in the real estate game. Now, Hard Money Global, we want us to be your first choice for hard money loans. You can connect with us on all social media platforms. Now, let's put that out. If you need to connect with us on social media platforms, this is how you connect all across these platforms, either by @HardMoneyGuy or @HardMoneyGlobal. Or you can drop us an email at hardmoneyguy@gmail.com. If you want a free consultation on any of the products that we just discussed here, please give us a call at 877-344-HARD, 877-344-HARD. Call us, get a free consultation, and get the knowledge you need and the products you need to succeed. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to open up the call and invite you to ask any questions that you may have about the loan products that we've covered here tonight. Now, when asking your questions, we simply ask that you unmute your device, tell us your name, where you're calling from, and then state your question. You can either raise your hand, you can put it in chat, or you can simply unmute your device and ask your question. The call is now open to you to ask your question. Who has a question this evening?
Lee, this is Mark Maupin. I had a question from one of the participants, and he asked if someone had a bankruptcy, would they still be qualified to be able to get these loans?
Well, across the board in all lending platforms, you need at least 2 years seasoning on a bankruptcy. 2 years seasoning. You could be on the 2-year seasoning. The day after you get your seasoning, we can do a loan for you, but you're going to need 2 years seasoning out of that BK. Any other questions in chat, Mark?
No, not that you pretty much answered the other ones. So if anybody had questions, please unmute yourself or put it in chat here.
I have a question. George Rising.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and ask your question.
Do you fund outside Michigan?
We do all across the states. I will say it used to be 50 states, not lending in Iowa, not lending in California. Also, it's hard to get loans in Montana. So you X those out, we do everything else. Do you have a follow-up question?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the percentage? What is the interest rate?
What is the interest rate for what product?
For instance, commercial real estate purchase. Like a term is 12 months, right?
Well, we're really focusing tonight on residential loan products.
Only residential.
I can talk to you at a later time about your interest in commercial.
Okay.
Okay, so
appreciate it.
Not at all. You have my number. Take that number down, call us.
Yeah.
I'll gladly address any questions that you may have regarding your
Mhm.
commercial investments. Now,
Thank you, sir.
I was now open to anyone else who has a question. Does anyone else have a question to see?
Yes.
Go right ahead.
I have a
What's your name? What's your name? Where are you from? And who invited you to the call?
I am Jareen, and I'm calling from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I just followed on Meetup,
Okay,
so I see the invite, so that's how I heard about the call.
we're glad to have you aboard tonight. What's your question?
Thank you. Yeah, my question is with regards to if you're in the process of looking for a home to purchase, investment home that is, how soon into the process do you need to apply for like maybe a fix and flip or buy and hold loan?
I'll say this to you very succinctly. People used to go find the property, then look for the money. You find the money first, then you look for the property. You find the money, you come to us and tell us what you're looking for. We give you a proof of funds. We interview you. We talk to you about, do you have sufficient funding? What's your credit like? Do you have bank accounts? Do you have bank statements? At that point, we give you a pre-approval loan, a proof of funds loan. You're then able to go to the realtor, the real estate agent, and then they will show you the property.
Okay.
Once you're able to secure the asset, you then bring that purchase contract to us, and then we now go into full drive and getting your project funded. We will evaluate your project at the start. We will do our due diligence to make sure that the property that you're looking at qualifies with our lending criteria, so you don't make any mistakes. We will actually help and pull comps for you and suggest, if you don't have a realtor, someone who can really help you with that. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. And I guess I have another question regarding, I guess when you take the loan, do I borrow under my name, or is it okay to do it within a business name?
Let's just say 98% of the people, lending partners that we have or that you will encounter, they want you to do it under your business entity, be it an LLC or corporation. So it behooves of you to protect yourself and your interests of putting it in an LLC.
Okay.
Because someone walks past that property and falls on the property and you put that in Jareen's name, then Jareen is going to have to come out of her bank account. Now, if you put that in JF Home Buyers LLC, that's a different story.
Okay.
So always go out, get you an LLC for your property or properties. Later on, talk to someone who's really adept like Mark and roll it into a trust. That's for more advanced, but it's progression from LLC to trust. You want to start protecting your interests. I heard the young man talk earlier when we were off camera about protecting his interests in commercial real estate, going to certain states to protect your interests. There are ways that you can protect your interests with LLCs and land trusts. So the LLC is the way to go. Do you have a follow-up question?
Yeah, I mean, so do I guess I would like to talk more, but do I just call the number to,
Yes.
because I have other question, but I don't know.
Come back, let someone else ask a question, then come back in. But what I was going to say to you is, you got to get an LLC. Whatever state you're in, you go to, with us, you go to michigan.gov. You say LLC, you can create your own LLC online.
Okay.
Then you go to the IRS and get your EIN number, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, take a time out. Let's see if someone else has a question, and then we'll come back to you.
Okay.
The call,
Thank you.
the call is now. Thank you for being on the call and for those great questions. Now, does anyone else have a question? Michael, did you unmute?
Yes, I have a question. I'm just curious, on a new construction loan, why is there a prepayment penalty if you know, my purpose is to possibly sell that, why would there be a prepayment penalty on there?
Well, basically that one right there, there's different kinds of loans. That is basically your build to rent. Because we're talking about making money, not selling. The build to rent, that new construction loan puts a 5-year prepayment penalty on it. Now, you may be able to go out anytime someone gives you permanent financing, there will be a prepayment penalty attached to it. It might
No,
be
that
1-3.
Okay, no, I thought that was on the new construction on your slide. It said,
Yeah, it was. There is a prepayment penalty, but see, it goes from the build. If you just want the build and you're selling, most construction loans go from construction to permanent. If that makes sense to you.
yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure. I wasn't sure.
Okay.
Okay.
You have any other questions you'd like to ask?
Not right now, no, thanks.
Great question, though. Thank you for asking that question. Does anyone else have a question that they'd like to ask?
We had a question in the chat. It says, if we're forced to put our personal name on the name by the lender, can you refinance it into an LLC? Because the quitclaim date won't affect the mortgage liability, correct?
Absolutely correct. You can then, we do have lenders, very few, that will allow you to close the loan in your name. Now, you can then quitclaim deed it into an LLC, then formalize it with your title company. Now I say formalize it with the title company. Anything you do with that paper, you need to take it through a title company to officially claim it as yours and get a paper trail on it. That was a great question. Does anyone else have a question?
I've got one more in the chat. It goes, I'm interested in seller financing in Illinois. Do you participate in linking up sellers and buyers?
Do we participate with the sellers and the buyers?
You know, I think this might have been to everybody, but just he said, I'm interested in seller financing in Illinois. Do you participate in linking up sellers and buyers? That was the question.
Okay, well, under our illustration, you already own the property or purchased the property. Now you're going to find someone that doesn't qualify for traditional lending, that they have the down payment necessary for you. They don't have the credit score, but they have the down payment and they have the work ethic to pay and the job to pay the note. See, what you're doing is you're just switching roles. Instead of being the landlord and responsible for all of the debt of this home, you now pivot and you become the bank and let someone else who has been locked out of home ownership into home ownership. They own the home, they pay you because you are now Chase Bank, you are now Bank of America, you are now the big bank. That's what seller financing can do for you when you get ready to transition some of these buy and hold loans into a different type of a structure. Great question. Mark, any more questions in chat?
No.
Hi, Mr. Anthony. This is Eddie Williams. Question for
Eddie
you.
Williams.
How you
How
doing?
are you, sir?
I'm fine. How about you, sir?
I'm doing wonderful, Eddie. Thanks for inviting me.
Hey, thank you for accepting. Thanks for the great presentation. Hey, my question is, with the housing markets, having slowed up a little bit, have you seen any of your lenders become more restrictive as far as lending out the money?
They watch the interest rates, Eddie.
Okay.
I had a lender today say, we just dropped our rates 50 basis points. They are still in the lane. This is not like the pandemic or 2008. There are people out here fighting. When the pandemic, a lot of these people contracted. Hard money is standing pat and offering people, I got lenders say, we'll do your appraisal free. We'll give you $500 back. They want the business. They aren't going anywhere, and they are watching the economy because as long as people want to make money, they'll stay in the lane, because this is the greatest time in history to make money. When the economy contracts, most people say, well, I'm just sit back and let this thing blow over. That's the wrong mindset. The mindset you should have right now is advance, attack, conquer, and dominate, while everyone else is sleeping on the market. Do you think the Warren Buffetts of the world are sleeping? This is their feast time. More millionaires and billionaires are made when in turbulent times than in good times. Eddie, you got a follow-up question?
No, sir, you answered it completely. Thank you.
Does anyone else have a question? We got some other people on the call. Do I need to do a roll call with you to ask you, do you have a question? Sonny, do you have a question?
That was my question about the LLC, because I actually just closed on a property today, and but they wouldn't let me close it in my LLC, which was odd because I did a loan with them before and they did. But so now I'm trying to figure out what I need to do to remedy that other than the quick claim, or is that it?
Well, let me ask you this. You said they didn't ask you for your LLC documents before the close or any in the documents they compiled?
Yeah, and it was actually Angel Oak, and I have 2 loans with them, and one of them they allowed me to close in my LLC. So I don't know if it was my loan officer that made an error or something. I'm not sure, but I have one property that's in my name that I bought recently.
Well, you need to take it out of your name quick, fast, and hurry and put it in that LLC, because it doesn't make sense to me. While the company you're doing 2 loans with will close one loan in the LLC and tell you to close the other in your name.
Yeah, I was confused.
I would have like, I'm just gonna have to bring my attorney in to talk to whoever your title underwriter is. This is stupid.
Yeah, and I didn't realize it until the very end, and it was a long, drawn out closing. So I just let it go and figured I could just do the quick claim. So, but I just didn't know if that still held me liable for the mortgage, if the mortgage is in my name.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the guarantor. Yep, you're liable. You are definitely liable.
So I would have to refinance it essentially.
No, you don't have to refinance. It's in your name. Why can't you? The person asked before, why can't you just quit claim deed it into your LLC, then go back to the title company and make them put that on title?
Yeah, it would be on title, but the mortgage would still be in my name.
Yeah, it's nothing at this point you can do about that mortgage. I would have taken time out on those folks.
Yeah, I should have.
Really, if you had called me, I would like, take a time out, because now they're on your time. Everything's together, but now you pull back the curtain on something at the last minute that moves me back. So that's not a good move. So I would say this to all of you on the call. Anytime something goes awry at closing, take a TO, baby, and take a time out and look at it, call some other people, call your resources, and get a well-rounded opinion on how you should move in that space. Don't just use your mindset, use the mindset of those who you trust and know that they have the mindset to help you win. Thanks, Sonny, for talking to us tonight. Maybe I can help you with
information. This was good information.
I can help you with your next loan. We're very transparent. We don't pull punches at the last point. We don't sucker punch you with anything. Folks, does anyone else have a question? Thank you, son.
Yes. I have one more question.
Go right ahead, Jerry.
So if you own multiple properties, do you register a LLC for each property, or do you just put it under one property?
Ooh, that's a super question. That's a super question. Here are 2 thoughts on that. You can put them all under one LLC, or you can put each purchase under its own LLC, because you can actually sell the LLC to a person.
Okay,
So if it's a one property LLC, you don't have 5 properties in there, you have to break it out. You can sell that to them. You can then take those individual LLCs and roll them into a land trust.
okay,
That's how you work that. That's a great question. So if you've got 3 homes on the same block,
mm-hmm,
you might list the LLC as 1551 Martin, 1558 Martin LLC. You got what I'm saying?
yes,
Okay, that keeps it very clear and very easy for you to know what you're dealing with. I hope I
Okay.
answered your question.
yes,
Great
thank
question.
you so much.
You make sure you call me after the call or call this number, get in touch with us. And
Is
we
it
can
the
definitely
same
help.
number, the hard? the-
877.
harder end? Okay,
Folks, what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna cut the chase with you. That's my office number. I'm going to actually give you my direct phone number.
okay,
It is 313-772-1958. 313-772-1958. I work all week to all late hours of the night. So if you call me, I am still working. I am on the 10X. I'm 10Xing everything. So don't worry if you call me. If I don't answer, text me. I will call you back. Are there
Okay.
any other questions?
Can I
Folks.
call you after this?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you.
Folks, we've given you the wealth building hard money loan products that can help you grow and scale your real estate business. There is no shortage of ways you can utilize a hard money loan to your advantage. So let us help you strategize today. Please contact us at 877-344-HARD. We sincerely hope that this information can empower you and catapult your real estate business to the next level. I'd like to thank Mark and Eddie for inviting me to come before you tonight and show you how Hard Money Global can help you 10X your business and win. I'm the hard money guy, Lee Anthony. Have yourself a blessed and prosperous tomorrow, and we'll see you at the top. Good night.
Thank you, Mr. Anthony.
Thank you.
Everybody, Lee, that was outstanding. We appreciate you
Stay on the
doing it.
call, folks.
And I just wanted to let everybody know that on the 3rd Tuesday in January, January the 17th, we're going to be doing one on wholesaling. It's how the market shifted and what you need to, what changes you need to make as a wholesaler. Or if you've got questions on how to get started in wholesaling, it'll be a perfect event to be on. And that's it, guys. I'm going to end the meeting. And Lee, again, thank you very, very much.
It's been my pleasure, Mark. Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.